If you're the person with a messed up sleep schedule, waking up groggy 7 minutes before class, doing lazy, slow, brain fogged filled study sessions, well then you're in the right place, because I was that guy. Trust me, despite all the videos I make and all the scientifically backed knowledge I'm constantly spewing, I face the exact same messed up issues that every kind of hardworking ambitious student is also facing. And yes, this video is about making a good daily routine, a good study routine, but I'm not going to tell you to wake up at 4 AM. I'm not going to give you the perfect study schedule, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm just going to be realistic and practical and speak to you as if you were my brother or sister coming to me for advice. That being said, having structure in your life is important. Creating good habits also important. So my aim today is not to give you some super aligned perfect schedule that you can follow and copy and then become successful. My aim today is to give you all the important frameworks and key ideologies that I follow that I've found to be helpful over time to create a good, doable, yet surprisingly effective routine for myself. And a lot of what I talk about is giving practical solutions to the common problems that we all face. So stick through and enjoy. Number one, you need morning clarity. I know most of us can't be bothered to do some fancy morning routine, but the fact is that you need to do certain things when you wake up that give you clarity to shape the rest of your day, to prime your mindset. That's all that's important, and it can be achieved very simply. And no, that doesn't mean waking up at 4 AM hours before the sun rises. It doesn't make you any more ultra productive or ultra successful than anyone else. And immediately off the bat, I'm gonna say some days, in fact most days, I wake up super late, very groggy, tired, and I literally have to jump out of bed and sprint. So there's actually zero time to wake up and do some hour-long slow aesthetic morning routine with candles and stuff. But having a good routine is still possible, and the easy, simple solution that no one really talks about is to integrate the essentials that you need to get done into your morning, so that you're doing things 1, 2, 3, and 4 and automatically gaining clarity as you get ready, even if you don't have a lot of time. And that's the first practical action. Make hitting those 4 essentials as effortless as possible. As soon as I'm out of bed, number 1, I drink a ton of water, and then I get into the bathroom for a cold shower. But the trick here is that I actually get in and turn it to hot, but it takes a few seconds to get there, so I have to stand there taking in that cold shower while it happens. And the reason I want to do this is I want to get in there, get hit with the cold water, immediately wake up and get out of that groggy state. That's the point of this, and it literally takes 20 seconds before it turns into hot, so it's not even that deep. Number 2, I make sure to pray Fajr before I leave. It's the morning prayer, it's the shortest one, but it's extremely important to ground yourself right at the start of the day. Also, I've learned this week that cortisol levels are the highest when we wake up, so it's really important to just de-stress. And then you need 2 more things. Number 3, sunlight, and number 4, movement. And for that, all I do is I walk in the travel time to work or placement. Again, a very simple solution that's integrated into my day and allows me to get the essentials done. Obviously, the walks are necessary for me. I kind of have to do them to get to work or placement, but they automatically get me the sunlight and movement within an activity I have to do anyways. Also, on the days I have late classes, I tend to hit the gym right before I'm about to leave, and that literally, it makes it so easy because I'm leaving the house anyways. I just need to leave 45 minutes beforehand to get a quick session in. Again, I'm repeating this. I'm hitting the essentials without even trying. And that's what I want you to do. Figure out how to alter your habits and environments to make hitting the essentials as effortless as possible, so you can easily do it every single day. Water, prayer / gratitude, sunlight, movement. That is the easy, practical way of sticking to a good, effective morning routine. Number 2, focusing isn't some mystical activity. I usually do around 1 or 2 deep work sessions in the day, and they can total up to 3 hours or up to 8 hours some days. It just heavily depends on placements or jobs, etc. But I'm not here to tell you my exact routine. And the reason is that no one actually has any real issues deciding how many hours they need to work in the day or what exactly they need to do. We all know what we have to do to achieve what we need to. We're all fully capable of coming up with a plan. But the issue that actually disrupts our routine every single day is the fact that our lives revolve around devices and distractions. Phones, laptops, Zoom links, we're always on them. Everything is on them. So getting pulled away from our work happens like this. Even starting in the first place becomes 10 times more challenging. And I can't blame anyone. But what I can say is that we are in control of how much these devices have access to us and how much access we have to them. These distractions don't need such easy access to our brain. What I mean by that is that no matter how motivated or disciplined you are, if with the ping of a notification you jump to check what happened, or if you're the guy scrolling on the apps for hours knowing that's not what you should be doing, well, you've already lost. The more we react and let our brains succumb to the external triggers, the notifications, the mindless scrolling, the more we're solidifying these habits, and it increases our susceptibility to them every single time. So the first practical action, the first key idea here is to make it hard for these distractions to get to you. I've said this before, but go on your phone, go to settings, go notifications, and turn off the notifications for every single social media app. It is incredibly important. Even WhatsApp and texting, all of the people and groups that you have should be on mute, except for messages from your mom. That's allowed. And this shouldn't be like this just for studying. It should be like this all the time. Because every time you let that ping, ploop, whatever drag you away from what you're doing in your real life, you're letting it control you. You're telling it, yeah, go ahead, your highness. My time isn't important. Disrupt it with whatever this random thing is. So please, turn off your notifications. I can't tell you the unimaginable change in awareness and focus I've had since I've done this. And yeah, annoyingly, some days I do turn them back on when I'm waiting for a message or I have to do something and I forget to turn it off, and it's so easy to fall back into, but try your best to just default to turning those notifications off. The second practical step here is to make it harder for you to get to these distractions. Control the access. Put your apps on timers or put some sort of limit on them. Even if you override it the first few times, at least you'll know how much time you spend endlessly scrolling. If YouTube's a distraction, download Chrome extensions like DFTube. They block the titles and thumbnails and all of the notifications that you get from YouTube. There's a similar thing for Instagram and Twitter. The point is, make it harder for you to get to these distractions. Optimize your devices so that you are the one that is in control of how much access you have to them. That way, even if you are on your devices because of school or jobs, you are limiting it to only when you intentionally decide to use them, and you will avoid getting sucked into them. The reason I wanted to emphasize this so much is because every single part of your routine, every single thing that you have to do today could possibly get interrupted or be put off and procrastinated because you were too distracted with your social media or Twitter or TikTok or YouTube. Part 3 is battling the resistance. During one of my study sessions this week, literally 3 hours that I've put in my calendar to do something specific, I sat down, kind of was moaning to my friend going like, bro, can we just go get food or something? Can we push this off? I'm feeling so lazy and tired. Let's just leave this for another hour. We'll come back to the work. And they just looked at me like, bro, I swear I learned this from your stupid focus videos. This is just the initial resistance that you have to get over and push past. Override those thoughts and you'll get into the flow state. Why are you deeping it? And I was like, damn, it's true, you know, you're completely right. Okay, let's get it. Let's focus. And it's tough to push past that initial resistance sometimes. It took a while, but I did it. And for me, I have to admit, even on off days, it is easier to get back into that focus flow state because I just have so much practice with it. But my point is, even if we know what's right on most days, the tiredness or hunger just overrides what we know. Not being in the mood is not only natural, but it's inevitable in some part of the day. But our job is simply to not give into it and push past it. I talk about this in much more detail, including practical strategies that to push past that initial resistance in my full focus guide right here. Check it out. Number 4, lifestyle control is not optional. After the whole day of placements, studying, deep work sessions, I come home and I do a workout. But what I want to talk about in this section is the fact that recently I've made very big lifestyle changes. I've been doing this challenge called 75 Day Hard. And overall, it means that I have to work out 90 minutes per day, every single day. I have to stick to a good diet with no cheat meals, and I have to do a bunch of other things that I'll put up here right now. But throughout this challenge, I've truly understood the importance of lifestyle control because of how much it actually helps your everyday habits, routine, everything. Yes, it's important to stick to good eating habits, exercise every day because you don't want to have plaque buildup in your heart, you want to stay fit, but it's more than that because each step you take to create a better lifestyle, a better routine in terms of exercise, diet, etc., it'll lead you to living a happier, more fulfilled life, doing more, achieving more, feeling good, and it's honestly like a snowball effect. For a long time, I honestly turned a blind eye to my eating habits, to not doing enough cardio, not doing enough sports, things like that, and I think a lot of high achievers struggle with this because they study 10 to 12 hours a day, they're busy, they prioritize their work and the stuff they have to do on their jobs or in school, and I 100% relate. But the thing is, I started this challenge on a whim with my friend, and now I'm on day 70, and it's completely changed the way I live, the way I want to live. Yes, doing 75 hard is a pretty extreme way of creating discipline. You have to do this many minutes of a workout, you have to have no cheat meals, this, but because it was extreme, because there was no choice, no contemplation, I did it, and it showed me that it is possible to eat 100% healthy, work out every day without that many temptations and cravings coming through now. So my point is, for me, the obvious thing that everyone talks about finally clicked. Creating healthy habits for your body and your physical health is just as important as training your mind, becoming more focused, studying more effectively. It's just incredibly important to involve a workout in your routine and to create space for a balanced diet. This is probably the most obvious thing that I've said on my channel. And the practical action here is to do the 100-day Fix Your Life challenge. Because it's had such a good impact, I just know that so many of you will also benefit from this. So recently I had this idea to create my own challenge for you guys and for my friends and whoever wants to join. The key difference with this challenge is that it would be more holistic. It would also involve a work or studying component to it as well. For example, 3 hours minimum studying, up for a debate at the moment. You would also need to create your calendar and update it every day, and then 60 minutes of exercise, sticking to a diet that you decide for yourself, and no cheat meals. And we do it for 100 days. We start January 1st, 2024, and we do it together. We could do live Zoom sessions and live streams where we just study in the background with 3 hours and all of us on one big Zoom call. It actually could be a good idea. Overall, I know it's going to be tough, but it's supposed to put you at an extreme where you mentally have to change the way you live. And at the end of the day, I think it'd be a lot easier if we all do it together. Let me know in the comments if you guys would actually be interested in doing this with me, because I just know that we have this community of people that actually would be down to do this. 100-day Fix Your Life challenge. The name needs to be improved. Open to ideas. And because I'm not some fitness influencer, I'm not some big name on YouTube, I'm just a regular guy that probably faces the exact same issues that all of you do. I know a challenge like this would really help me, so I'm gonna do it anyways. Number 5, sleep. Is it really a priority right now? To be honest, I know I should be sleeping the same time every day. I try my best, but some days the work just piles over or something social is happening, and if I usually get around 6 hours of sleep, I'm perfectly fine. And I know I should be giving sleep a bigger priority. I know I'm only surviving off this because I'm young, and after so much talk about lifestyle control, talking about challenges and all of this stuff, I still don't think I prioritize sleep enough. I try my best, but yeah, I didn't want to just research a bunch and tell you how important sleep is without actually following the advice myself. So yeah, honestly, if any of you have cracked that one, if you have steady sleep schedules with a lot on your plate, let me know. This video slightly ended up being different than I planned. It was less about giving you some perfect routine that would solve all your problems, and more about giving you practical actions and frameworks that would help you solve all your problems. I've also made a video about how I maximize my time and energy in the day with 2 part-time jobs, YouTube, medical school placement, all of this stuff. Check it out right here. I do think it would have some valuable insight that would add to a lot of the stuff that I talked about today. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, spam the comments, help me out with the algorithm. Let me know if you would like to join and want me to do this 100-day challenge thing. And I'll see you in the next one.